This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Vilgas. Thank you for joining us tonight. One student is still recovering at the hospital from injuries sustained in a school bus crash in Sarasota County. It happened near the intersection of Proctor Road and Gant Road around 9:15 this morning. The school bus was transporting a dozen special needs students to Oak Park School when, according to state troopers, a car pulled out in front of it. The driver of the car was making a left turn. That forced the bus to swerve off the road and into a power pole. A dozen homes and 2 schools in the area temporarily lost power. 16 people were treated on the scene and 11 had to be taken to the hospital. 7 of them were students.
I saw a few kids with their parents, walk away. I did see a couple on a stretcher, but they were sitting up, so I assumed that they were, just shaken up, but okay.
All of the students attended Oak Park School, and the 7 injured identified as special needs. The principal of the school said that created a few extra challenges.
Some of the stimuli that was going on at the scene, the sirens, people talking, the responders, all of that was a lot for some of my students who are nonverbal. So they were there just there talking. And so once I gave them names, when you speak to a student and you address them by their name, that's confirming to them to know that everything is okay, that someone knows me.
11 people were treated at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and only 1 student remains hospitalized for injuries at All Children's Hospital. The city of Venice is dealing with a coyote problem. Coyotes have been running rampant on the island for years, some in broad daylight. Many now worry the population may be growing. Many residents have had close encounters with these animals. Several small dogs have been attacked. The Florida Wildlife Commission and the Venice Police Department have taken on the issue, hoping to raise awareness for what residents can do to avoid the animals.
We're going to pass out the coyote pamphlets, make people aware that their neighbors and friends and whoever in the area are sighting them.
It's worse this year than it was last year, and it's far worse than when we got here.
The Florida Wildlife Commission will also be investigating where the coyotes' dens are on the island. Also in Venice, some residents say one stretch of a road has a very dangerous problem: the main sidewalks. Not enough sidewalks. Now the city of Venice is looking into possibly making some changes to Bayshore Drive. And that's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams, who is live with more tonight. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, I know it's pretty hard to see out here, but there aren't any sidewalks on this road. This has become a very big problem here. This sign indicates just how dangerous Bayshore Drive in Venice can be. A dog belonging to one of the homeowners on this road was struck and killed by a car. There are no sidewalks for the mile-and-a-half stretch of road that connects with Laguna Drive. Joan and Danny Piper are just some of the folks who live on Bayshore Drive who are pushing hard for sidewalks.
It is frightening. We've had several incidents on the streets where cars have ended up in the grass. We've had a lot of close calls.
Neighbors say these close calls happen even when they drop off or pick up mail from their mailbox because the road is so narrow and there are cars speeding by. It's a road where many people ride their bicycles, jog, or just walk. We caught up with Shirley Ricci and her husband as they were on their Tuesday night stroll. They own 2 properties on this stretch of road.
People take their life in their own hands on this street.
On Tuesday, a group of residents urged the Venice City Council to do something about this problem. City officials say it is a very challenging location to add sidewalks because there isn't much room to work with, but they tell us they are going to do what they can to make this happen.
City Council directed us to move forward with looking at conceptual plans and cost estimates so that we can determine what would be a viable option in that location. Our initial very rough estimates is about $1.5 million for a 6-foot wide sidewalk on one side of the road.
For folks like the Pipers and the Ricci's, safety for them, their neighbors, and anybody who uses Bayshore Drive is of utmost importance.
You can put a sidewalk on either side, I'd be quite happy. No problem. Build it.
Next up with all this possible sidewalk project is expected to be part of the city's capital projects meeting in early May. In the meantime, folks on Bayshore Drive will have to continue to be extra careful so a tragedy like the one with this dog doesn't happen again.
It is a very serious concern to us. It's dangerous.
And if all the pieces do come together, a sidewalk could be here as early as 2019. Reporting live from Venice this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. And now for a check on our forecast in case you were having an evening stroll, hopefully on a sidewalk, Bob.
Yeah, it's nice out there right now. Temperatures still pretty warm at this hour, 72 degrees. We have just a few clouds around, and the humidity, not too bad, 49%. That's due to an east wind now at 11 miles an hour. The pressure continues to rise, 3019. A lot of dry air in place in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, and it continues to grow into much of the Gulf, the Florida Straits, and down into Cuba. The moisture kind of bottled up and kind of staying away from us, so we're going to look for much chance of rainfall. We could use the rain. We are in a high fire danger. This is a high fire index right now, and we're having some very high numbers into DeSoto County, also into Manatee and Sarasota County right now. You can see those numbers approaching 600. Right now, the highest number is into DeSoto County at 625. And really, we had just a few sprinkles around this evening. Well, much more in our forecast. Let you know about our rain chances coming up in just a few minutes. Haley.
Thank you, Bob. Now to those controversial comments made by Sean Spicer. A mea culpa tonight from the White House press secretary for what he said about Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and a comparison to Adolf Hitler. ABC's Richard Cantu has that story.
Sean Spicer taking responsibility for these words.
You had someone as despicable as Hitler, who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons.
The White House press secretary igniting a firestorm during his daily briefing, suggesting that not only is Bashar al-Assad worse than Adolf Hitler, but also Hitler did not use chemical weapons during World War II. In an interview with CNN's Wolf Blitzer, Spicer took responsibility for his words.
Frankly, I mistakenly used an inappropriate and insensitive reference to the Holocaust, for which, frankly, there is no comparison.
More than 1 million people died in Hitler's gas chambers. At one point, as many as 6,000 Jews a day at Auschwitz alone. More than 11 million people altogether killed in the Holocaust.
I should have stayed focused on the Assad regime and the terrible atrocities they did, and to drag any other comparison into this was not appropriate.
It's the second time in as many days Spicer had to walk back his own words. On Monday, he seemed to shift the administration's so-called red line on Syria, saying it's not just the use of chemical weapons that would prompt the United States to take military action. The apology as Secretary of State Rex Tillerson landed in Russia, and the U.S. put Moscow on notice, accusing the Kremlin of engaging in a full-scale cover-up of that deadly Syrian chemical weapons attack.
We want to create a future for Syria that is stable and secure. And so Russia can be a part of that future and play an important role. Or Russia can maintain its alliance with this group.
But the White House rushing to clarify, saying nothing has changed and there is no new red line. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
A Southern California elementary school is closed today and tomorrow following the shooting deaths of a teacher and a student. A memorial is now growing outside of North Park Elementary School a day after a murder-suicide inside the school. Authorities say Cedric Anderson targeted his estranged wife, Karen Smith, as she was teaching. He fired 10 rounds in a classroom that included some special needs students, at one point reloading his gun. The shots injured a 9-year-old student and killed an 8-year-old plus Smith.
It appears that he had been making efforts to contact her and to have her come back home, and she was resistant to that.
Cameras caught Anderson trying to go through locked school doors first, and that forced him to go to the front office. Since he was known to staff, he was not escorted to the classroom. The outrage and questions continue over the man who was forcibly removed from a United Airlines flight. The passenger was left bloodied after he refused to give up his confirmed seat. United Airlines needed to bump passengers to make room for 4 crew members, but had no volunteers. This viral video and the airline's response making international headlines and impacting United's bottom line. Stocks dropping today. The scandal is affecting this company's value, dropping more than $700 million at the opening bell today.
While this may blow over and may not be a hit to their actual earnings out in the future, that is not the kind of headline that you want to see.
First, United Airlines CEO Oscar Munoz blamed the passenger, whom he said was offered $1,000 in compensation, but he has since apologized to the customer and other passengers on board. He promises United will take full responsibility. And tomorrow on Good Morning America, United CEO will speak out in an exclusive one-on-one interview with ABC's Rebecca Jarvis. So do make sure to tune in right after Good Morning Suncoast. Good Morning America is on at 7 a.m. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, a busy intersection in need of improvements, how you can share your ideas for US 41 and Fruitville Road in Sarasota. And a Suncoast teacher is recognized and given an award by Governor Rick Scott.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crow. It's Tuesday, April 11th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $25 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 34. That's followed by 38. Up next, we have 35. That's followed by 49, and your final white ball for this Tuesday evening is 19. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 8. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 34, 38, 35, 49, 19, and the gold Mega Ball is 8. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be $30 million. Good luck and play on, America.
Now's a perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
The official salon of ABC7.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner. After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to californiaclosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Well, Bob, not a bad night.
Yeah, temperatures in the low 70s, still pretty warm for this time of day. And we are looking for just a slight chance for a few showers. You know, it's been so dry. We need the rainfall. Dry. It's not going to happen anytime soon either. You'll see that in the 7-day forecast. So Van Way's a webcam showing the nice sunset. You know, it never gets old. You know, I'm doing the 7 o'clock newscast. I don't get a chance to see it much, so this is my best view at times. And the Van Way's a webcam showing just a few clouds around earlier tonight. Those clouds produced a few sprinkles, but not many. Always a great photo from Fred Seeger. Siesta on Big Pass right there as the sailboat was going right by the sun. And the Venice Jetty, Carter getting this one, sending it in. Calm waters out there. And the Mar Vista looking the other way. Cheryl Mays showing the calm conditions out over Sarasota Bay. And Gary Mance of Sarasota showing the sky is on fire right there, and it was. And speaking of fire, we have a high fire danger, and it looks like it's going to stay with us too for some time. There's no real threat of any significant large-scale rain event that's expected to occur. We showed you these numbers earlier. These numbers continue to rise, and about 5 to 7 points a day when it doesn't rain. Now, today's pollen count, pretty high. If you have an allergy or you're suffering from allergies, it may be due to the fact that we have a lot of tree pollen out there, some weed pollen as well. Not much in terms of grass at this point, but oak is the biggest problem at this point, and bayberry as well, and a couple of weeds also causing some problems. Now, out to the west, look at this rain. It's kind of coming this way, and then all of a sudden, nope, not going to make it. That's a result of a large area of high pressure located east of our state, which continues to hold firm and is not going to move much at all. And we have this easterly component to our wind field, and that means we'll see temperatures warm up into the mid-80s here in the interior portion, and then basically low 80s right near the coast. A little sea breeze, which will develop, will keep temperatures just a little bit cooler near the coast, but still slightly above average. Rainfall, we had a little bit down to our south, a little bit more there. A few brief showers have been popping up in the radar picture into Manatee and Sarasota counties, but most areas staying dry. Still at this hour, some rain working its way in from the Gulf Stream along the east coast on that easterly fetch. Current conditions right now, Sarasota, a few clouds. Braden near at 72, Venice at 73 degrees, clear skies there. The high today was a warm one, 5 degrees above the average at 85. Yesterday it was 87 degrees, so the heat is back on after a cool weekend. 60 pretty close to the average, and 41 the record set back in 1996. Zip on the rainfall, and as far as measurable precipitation goes, we're not anticipating any here. There'll be a few showers, a little heavier down south. You notice that in the radar imagery, at least the forecast radar imagery, showing some heavier showers near Fort Myers, stretching down south into Naples. And that east wind stays with us. Again, we repeat the same thing on Thursday with a slight chance at 20% for a few afternoon showers. Nationally, there's not a lot of rough weather going on this evening. South Texas getting some rainfall. This front is weakening now as it makes its way through Kentucky and West Virginia, as well as into the Northeast now. Just some clouds around Ohio, and then out west, that's where the main storm is. Some rain now with that first storm. The second one is on the way. It's still out there kind of spinning around, but it will work its way in, a kind of a twin of the one that's moving through currently. Temperatures in Toronto, 50, 44 in Minot, 59 in Albuquerque. St. Louis, you're at 53 and 68 degrees now in Atlanta. For boating tomorrow, looks pretty good in the morning. It'll pick up a bit in the afternoon. Seas running right around 2 feet, and the water temperature at 74 degrees. UV index will be high at 10, and look for 80-degree temperature at the area beaches. Tides upcoming, 212 for a high tide. Low tide will be at 806, mostly fair seasonal, and a low of 62. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, warm, a 20% chance for those late-day storms, 84 for your high. The extended forecast does call for temperatures a little bit cooler near the coast, and then it looks good, warming up right through Saturday and Sunday into the mid-80s. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Governor Rick Scott and Attorney General Pam Bondi are joining the fight against opioid-related deaths and addiction in Florida. The two discussed the increase in deaths and announced several short-term plans to try and slow the use of these drugs. Scott has directed several state groups to hold workshops within local communities about new ways to curb the drastic uptick in the use of narcotics. Bondi announced the agreement with a legal drug manufacturer to lower the cost of medicine that is used by first responders to treat those who have overdosed on opioids. The Florida Department of Transportation wants to improve the intersection of US 41 and Fruitville Road, but the department is looking for feedback from drivers before making any final decisions. FDOT hosting a meeting as part of its project development and environment study today. Drivers and some nearby residents had the opportunity to ask questions to FDOT representatives in a one-on-one setting. Some nearby residents hope that potential road updates could alleviate traffic near the intersection of 41 and Gulfstream Avenue.
We've been backed up past Orange on Fruitville trying to get onto 41 to get to Gulfstream. And if this alleviates some of that, yes, it would.
If you weren't able to attend the meeting, you can still share your feedback. Drivers can submit written statements to FDOT for consideration of possible improvements. This is National Library Week, and today is set aside to pay a tribute to library workers. We do take great pride in our library system here in Sarasota County. We have 9 libraries countywide, soon to be 10. The newest library will be in Northport on the campus of the Northport Technical College. Technology has actually increased the use of our libraries.
There's an average of about 10,000 people a day who actually walk into one of our libraries, but scores and scores and tens of thousands more access our resources online.
Every year, the most beautiful library is named in each state. This year, the Gulfgate Library was named the most beautiful in Florida. Very nice to have it right here. Governor Rick Scott is recognizing a Suncoast teacher for her work in Sarasota County schools. Governor Scott presenting Sandy Waite and 3 other Florida teachers with the Governor Shine Award. Waite is a 4th grade teacher at Southside Elementary School. She is the 2016 District Elementary Literacy Teacher of the Year and the 2016 Florida Reading Association's Florida Elementary Reading Teacher of the Year. Long title. In a statement, Scott said, "I am proud to present these 4 educators with the Governor Shine Award today and recognize their outstanding efforts to educate Florida's next generation of leaders." Congratulations. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimball.
Here's what we made for you tonight. Do you ever have a woman come up to you and say, like, you know, because of you and your movie, I became a hooker, or anything like that? Every once in a while, every once in a while.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, being held from noon till 5 p.m. Saturday, April 15th at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 60-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Now, sports.
A milestone for Tampa Bay Lightning coach John Cooper as he misses the playoffs for the first time in his coaching career, but he'll be back coaching players on the ice soon. The Tampa Bay Times reports Cooper was named head coach of Team Canada for the World Championships. The games will take place next month in Paris and Cologne, Germany. This will be Cooper's first time working with Team Canada. Despite the uniform, former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo is not playing in the NBA Dallas Mavericks' final home game of the season. But he did take part in a team photo, a shoot-around, some team meetings, and an early pregame warm-up, plus some introductions today.
I had close to 600 text messages that I'm still working on, and then, 100 and some calls and a bunch of other stuff. So I guess it just makes you feel that you accomplished something in some ways, because as we all know, I feel like I left, something out there that I always wanted to accomplish, and, I got to live with that.
Of course, Romo has huge connections to Dallas. He spent his entire career as a quarterback with the Dallas Cowboys. New developments on the explosions in Dortmund, Germany. Police say they were a targeted attack against Borussia Dortmund Football Club, one that could have been much worse. An explosive device was found near the team's bus, but it failed to detonate. 3 blasts went off as the players headed to their big Champions League showdown, and now word of a letter found near the scene. More to come on that story. That's a look at sports. We'll have our winning lotto numbers after this.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems, or I wear nothing at all.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Created Gems, where you always get big bling for little Ching.
Love this story. A squirrel in North Carolina has a sweet tooth. Putter gets her dose of sweetness twice a day. Look at this. Takes the cone. The owners of Fantasy Isle Ice Cream give her a little cone. Is that so cute? They say that Putter first showed up last summer and has since made herself a little home outside of the shop in the trees. She comes down nearly every day for a scoop.
Her name, and she literally will come out of her nest in one of these big trees and hop her way down to the roof, ultimately to the rail, and waits on her cone.
Gets her little tiny cone. Once she's full, she heads off for a while. She plays in the trees, and then she usually comes back for round 2 later in the day. She gets 2 cones a day.
You got one, you got another somewhere, I'm sure.
I mean, she's a large squirrel. Can you tell she's had a little bit of ice cream?
It's funny, the squirrels. I have a little dog, I walk, and it's about as big as a squirrel. It chases after the squirrel's got to go, what are you talking about? You know?
Squirrel's like, you're easy competition.
It's funny, one fell out of a tree right by us, too. It was kind of interesting.
Did the dog get the squirrel?
No.
Ran off quickly.
The squirrel was just playing around.
See you tomorrow.